Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we passed that props data in functional component, right? If you go into the index, in front of the index, I pass some of the object value. So there is a name and then age. So here I pass both of these in our functional component. So in the functional component, we get this props data and display all that our props name and then age. So now I want to do the same things for our class-based component. Okay, so into this class-based component, how can get all that props data in this video, I will show you that things with the live example. So for doing this, first of all, I want to do in our props, that is our functional component here. Better I simply comment out both of these. And now if you click as a save all, now this component not should be display, all the data not should be displayed. Click as a refresh, you can see it's not totally gone, which is totally fine. And that is our class based component, right? Here I want to pass another object value. If you go to our index and into this index, you can see before I have passed that as it for the test component. So that is our test component is one of the functional component. And now there is another one as a person, and person is the class based component. Right, so into this class-based component, I want to pass some of the object data. Better I copy it and here I paste it. Okay, I simply paste it. So I name it as a Jackma. So that will be one of the name, and also Jackma age I make it as a 50. So that is one of the object value data. So right now I want to receive both of these object value data. Okay, so if you want to receive it, our procedure will be just like that same. Here we have to receive it by the props. So before we get this data in our functional component with these props, that will be this procedure we have to follow. But in our class-based component, into this class-based component, for the first time we have to load one of the constructor. Okay, and into this constructor area, here we have to receive these props. So after that component, there is a render and then is a return, right? After that component, here first of all I want to load one of the constructor, and into this constructor area I want to pass that our props. So that will be as a props. I simply pass it in here. Okay, and now that is our constructor. So into this constructor function area, now we have to load another function as a super function. Okay, so that will be as a super. I simply loaded that super function. So into this super function area, here all that our component related React library, all that props data will be get in here. Okay, for the reasons here I load that as a super function, and into this super function area I also pass that our props, all the data. Props data means from here I pass some of the object data. Now I receive all the data with these props. Right now all that our name and then age in our this props area. So now if you want to visible it, simple work here right now, like I just for education purpose into this area, name it as a name, and name I make it our props data. So here if you want to access this props data, we have to access it with this keyword. I have already discussed about that things with you. For the first time that will be the these, and then that will be the props. Okay, after that these, then that will be the props, and then our object property name. Our property name I name it as a name. Right, so that will be as a name. And also I want to do the same things for the age. Better here I want to access it, that is these props and our another value data as a age. So that is another property as a age. So now our both of these data should be displayed. So here our data name as a Jackma and age as a 50. Okay, right now in our particular this text area, now that should be display our name and it should be display our age. So now let's check this out. Click as a save all, and now if you go to our page, now click as a refresh. Yes, you can see it's perfectly get that our props object data, that is a name, I name it as a Jackma, and also age is now display as a 50. So how can receive some of the object data one component to the another components? I have shared both of this with you here. If you want to work with the class-based component, how can get some of the props data into the class-based component? I hope it's very much clear to you. And also how can get that props data into the functional component? I hope both of this is very much clear to you. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.